Council, council agenda, Township of Parsippany-Troy Hills, regular Township Council meeting of November 25th, 2025. Introduction, posting of notice. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law and by filing notice in the office of the Township Clerk and by posting the meeting notice on the bulletin at the Municipal Building on December 2nd, 2024, where it's remained posted since that date. A legal notice appeared in the Daily Record and the New York Star Ledger on December 6th, 2024. May I please ask everyone to stand for the flag salute?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Mr. Hernandez. Mr. McGrath.
Here.
Mr. Musella.
Here.
Mr. Neglia.
Here.
Mr. Karifi.
Here.
Okay. Also in attendance are Business Administrator Jamie Crine, Township Attorney Michael Lavery, Municipal Clerk Colette Madden. Council President, we have a quorum. Can we begin?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Upcoming meetings, 12/2/25 at 7 p.m. is the agenda meeting. 12/16 at 7 p.m. is the regular meeting. Moving along to ordinances, second reading and public hearing, none. Moving along to the public session. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to open up the public session.
Make a motion? Second.
Motion made by Mr. Musella, seconded by Mr. Neglia. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella? Mr. Neglia? Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes. The floor is now open to the public. You can speak on any matter. You have 5 minutes to speak. Please just state your name. Okay, seeing no one. Bob?
It's in here. I'm sure it's working, Bob. It's not working.
No. Colette?
Yes. No, it's closed because they don't want Bob to speak. They didn't tell you?
I'll do it without you. I want you on the record, Bob. You always got good stuff to say, sir.
There you go. Okay.
Banging out some push-ups before you got up there?
All right, Bob Venezia, Parsippany. For the past 4 years, Councilman Musella has voted against every pilot that has come up before the council. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw the councilman interviewing John Inglesino in a recent podcast on the topic of pilots. For those who may not know, Mr. Inglesino is the foremost pilot attorney for developers and proponent of pilots in Morris County. The podcast was sponsored by Mr. Inglesino's law firm, and he was the only guest, so it was no surprise that the program was heavily biased in favor of pilots. Mr. Inglesino's presentation was professional, factual, and informative, but it was also incomplete. Listed below are some of the features of pilots that were never mentioned. The numbers referenced below originate from the official financial sheets filed by Avalon Bay as part of the pilot agreement for the 2 and 3 Campus Drive. At several points in the podcast, Mr. Inglesino referred to pilots as useful economic tools for town and school, but he never once mentioned how much that tool might cost. In the case of Avalon Bay, the so-called tool cost Parsippany more in tax breaks, $57 million over 30 years, than the $53 million that the town receives in pilot payments. That deal looks even worse when you consider that Parsippany would have received almost half the pilot amount from existing land taxes if there were no development at all. Next, Mr. Inglesino's statement that the school district received all of the budget money that it's entitled to, that's entirely true. Whether a new development such as Avalon is granted a pilot or not, does not change the amount that's owed to the Board of Education. But residential pilots do bring in additional students, and somebody has to pay for them. If the board cannot accommodate the influx of new students within their 2% cap, then their only option is to initiate a ballot referendum. If the referendum is passed, the school gets the additional funding that it needs from regular taxpayers with not an additional cent coming from the developers who received the pilots. When speaking about pilots, Mr. Inglesino made no distinction between industrial and residential pilots. The audience was not told that in a residential pilot, Parsippany will most likely have to pay out more money to provide municipal and educational services than it will receive in pilot payments. For example, according to the Avalon financial sheet, Parsippany will receive $1 million pilot payment in year one. But if Avalon Bay sends more than 12 students to our schools, Parsippany will experience a negative pilot payment. We will have to spend more than $1 million pilot payment to provide municipal and educational services. The regular taxpayer is solely responsible for the deficit that excessive students may cause. And at $26,000 per student, that deficit can increase very quickly. Rather than operating at a deficit under a residential pilot, Parsippany would be better off financially if the property were left vacant. Lastly, Mr. Inglesino acknowledged that pilot properties are not included in the regular tax base, but he did not elaborate on how that affects the regular taxpayer. Many residents often wonder why their annual tax increase is 2.5% to 3.5% when there's supposed to be a 2% cap. The main reason is that certain expenses are excluded from the cap calculation and then added on later. Interest, health care, and school referendums are three of the major add-ons. It should be noted that while these add-ons increase your annual tax bill, they do not increase pilot payments. Over 30 years, the free ride that the pilots get from not having to pay these costs is substantial. The podcast contained a lot of good information about pilots, but overall it was very one-sided in favor of them because of the details that were omitted. When you consider both the pros and the cons, residential pilots should never be granted because of the educational costs involved. As for industrial pilots, Mr. Inglesino stated in the podcast that the industrial construction market in Morris County is red hot
30 seconds.
and is expected to stay that way for some time. Why would Parsippany voluntarily forego tens of millions of dollars in tax money in a red-hot market? Thank you.
Well, if it's all right, I'd like to just elaborate. Well, first, I'm glad you watched my podcast. You know, maybe one of 12 people, but you know, it was started with, you know, the idea is to promote dialogue and debate. You know, Matt and I are obviously conservative and have debate on the issues with people who disagree with us on opposite points of view. So I asked Mr. Inglesino to come on to talk about a hot button issue that isn't just important in Parsippany, but is also pilots are debated all throughout the state. So I think a lot of what you said was right. I think his points in support of pilots are also correct, but we didn't have the time to go point by point. We just had an unstructured discussion on the issue. So, you know, I appreciate you watching, and every Wednesday at 6:30, we'll have guests on that you can watch from our page.
It's a great plug. I like that.
And I'd like to respond, because Mr. Venezia, you come up with the same concept every meeting, but what you do not include in there is the amount of revenues that we lose per year because of tax appeals. You don't talk about that if ratables go up or go down, they don't affect the schools. Ratables don't affect the schools, and you know that. You know that. So if we let these buildings lie dormant, what happens? You get tax appeals. So when we get a tax appeal in the township, who pays the 63% that we already paid?
Tax appeals happen all the time.
But why are they happening? Because the market is down. The housing market's down. And what are we forced with? We're forced with the affordable housing. You said that pilots bring school-age children in. No, pilots don't bring school-age children. What brings school-age children is the housing, the affordable housing, that fair share forces us to be part of. And they say it's volunteer, but I don't want to volunteer no more. But that's what brings school-aged children in. It's the affordable housing units. Okay, but that being said, they're not affected by increase in ratables. They're not affected by decrease in ratables. We are. The township is affected when we lose ratables. We're affected when we lose companies. You sit and say it's a booming market, then why do we have 21 vacant office buildings in the township? It's not so booming.
Trying to get their rehabilitation.
But, and then when you say that, the town, and you say, and I let you speak, now let me speak. When you say that, oh, we're losing millions of dollars, we are, because they're doing tax appeals, because they're gonna lie dormant. Yes, they are. We had $2 million 2 years ago in tax appeals. Okay, 2 million. Times the rate, 3.65, whatever the rate is, that's how much revenue we lose.
Are our ratables, have they gone up the last 4 years?
4 years, yeah, they went up.
Can't have
Are
back
you guys
continue-
free
they
next
go up.
Wednesday? I
They
think
go
you
up.
both should come on my show.
Why did they go up? I'll tell you why they go up. They're gonna go up more because of the housing that was being built. You still get a rateable from the housing, okay? But you come up here and you say that we're losing millions of dollars. Yeah, we aren't. Not from the pilots. We're losing them because the market is what the market is. And as you know, Moody's Standard & Poor, I think that's what it was, said, the housing market, the commercial market's not coming back to 2035, if it ever comes back. I can't wait to 2035. That's a long time to be waiting. So you come up here and you say, let's do no pilots, okay? And say we say that. Say we do no pilots. You got tax appeals. You got vacant office spaces. You have no productivity going on in the township. So who pays the difference? The taxpayers has to make up for those losses. That's who makes up for the losses. Now you got revenue coming in. But you failed to say tonight, on the revenues coming in, we get 95% of the revenues. So when the township, say for instance, you take the Alvalorum Way that you say, we actually get more money.
You get it.
Right, but the school, but what did I just say? The schools get their money no matter what.
You're only 20.
The schools get their money no matter what, if there's pilot or no pilot. It doesn't change, you even admitted it. But then you come up here and you tell a story, the fact that, oh, we shouldn't do residential pilots. Okay, maybe the council doesn't want to do it, but you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna have more tax appeals, more, and then what's gonna happen? Your ratables are gonna crash. Okay, we've tried to maintain that rateable, because even if you do a pilot with a piece of property, it brings the value of all other properties around it up. But if you let them lie dormant, so that's what's gonna basically happen. If that's what you want, I don't. That's what you want, then that's what you're gonna get. When your taxes go up, I'll thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because they haven't gone up in the last 4 years.
All right, we gotta.
Well, that's
gotta
good.
move on.
They haven't gone up in the last 4 years, so I guess I did a good job. Thank you.
That's why we don't need pilots.
Well, I think the one thing, when it comes to pilots, and this is a valid point in favor of them, is helping a town navigate its challenge through affordable housing. Because if a town is forced to deal with its number regardless, in my view, I think it's better to have some tool that can help us centralize all of the units instead of being subject to the urban sprawl, which is what many municipalities are due to the Mount Laurel doctrine. So I understand where their uses might be, and I think that was one of the learnings from the podcast.
And I think you're right. Well, I think what the legislators had in mind when these pilots were created was to spark the economy in your township. That was number one. Because when you lose ratables and the value of your properties go down, the taxpayers make up the difference. So they listen, we didn't create it. We didn't say the schools couldn't get any money. The legislators did that up in Trenton. They said, the townships need help. Why? We have capital improvements. We have to police our town. We have sewer, water. We have all these departments that run the township. So when you continue to lose ratables, what happens? You still have to pay these individuals. You still have to run the town. But what happened? At what cost? Well, the cost is going to go up for the taxpayer. Well, the pilots come in, the revenues that come in from the pilots, we can use for capital improvements. We can use for our like I said, our roadways. We can use for our police department. We can use for, and And don't get me wrong, I get everyone's a little upset about this, but you gotta be factual about it. You come up and say the same thing all the time. And you don't ever say the part where, the rate must go up and down, it doesn't affect the schools. Nobody cares about the schools more than me, because I'm involved in the school, not the school board itself, in the schools itself. I will be meeting with the school board. I will try to get a negotiation, but it has to be fair for both sides. It has to work for both sides. And that's what you do when you negotiate, okay? But to sit here and say that, okay, we don't have to do any pilots, and I understand what you're saying, we don't have to do any. But when we continue to, we just lost Tiffany's, and Tiffany's a big company. We lost Tiffany's to, they moved out of Parsippany, and more are coming. If you go by Waterview, you look at all the vacant buildings in Waterview. What do you think is going to happen to those vacant spaces? Well, when round 5 comes, those are going to be, what do you call it? Those are going to be multifamily housing when round 5 comes. Listen, I don't want to blame a party, but I guess I have to. The Democrats in Trenton, in 2024, sped up the affordable housing. They slammed it on our faces, on our laps, so we would build more housing that really in Parsippany aren't for our Parsippany residents. It's not for our Parsippany residents. Now, if you want us to build affordable housing, okay, and it's for Parsippany residents who are struggling, I really don't have a problem with that. But they're forcing us to build almost 456 units of affordable housing. You times that by 4, that's how many units we have to build. Okay, I've been saying this all along. And fair share housing, there's a fair share housing plan, we have to meet the requirements by January 31st of 2025. If we didn't, we'd be penalized. Then we had to have our plan in place by June 30th of 2025. If we didn't have it in place, guess what? The state would have decided where all this affordable housing in Parsippany was going to go. So we complied, even though we sued, we complied with the laws, we complied with all the rules that the affordable housing and fair share housing wanted us to, and the courts have agreed that these numbers are good, but guess what? Eventually down the road, they're going to challenge them. Okay, so this is what we're dealt with. So when you sit there and you say Powder Springs school-age children, they don't. It's the housing, the affordable housing brings school-age children. That's what brings it. Those are the mandated Mount Laurel decision from 1980, I guess it was, 1980 something, has decided that this is how it works. It's not fair to towns like Parsippany. Why? Because our infrastructure is really going to take a beating on all this housing coming in. Our water, our roads, everything, our police department. When this is all built out, what's going to happen? Everything's going to go up. So we have to generate revenues, and there's not too many ways to do it anymore, considering that we're getting slammed with all this affordable housing. So, and listen, is there a housing problem in the state of New Jersey? Obviously there is. I get that. I wish we could do an RCA, a regional contribution agreement, with Newark, with Camden, with all those areas that need the money. But I guess when they did it in the past, they didn't use it for the things that needed to be used for, which was housing. So it's being shoved down our throats, and these are the only avenues that we have as a township. Thank you, Council President.
Okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to, oh, you're coming up, Ken?
Kandalski, Parsippany. I'm not here to talk about fair share housing or pilots, and I never intended to talk. Let me just say this. After listening for years to these arguments, I hear different sides making good arguments. What I don't see is numbers. You know, the old saying, data talks, BS walks. All right, if you have an argument that you want to make and you want to be convincing, put it down on a spreadsheet. Show us the scenarios, show us the gains, the losses, whatever you're talking about, show us numbers. Otherwise, we're just going to go on and on and on and on with the same kind of arguments, not convincing anybody.
But we do put those numbers down in our budget every single year. The ratables that we lose or we gain is in our budget. It's a friendly user budget, and I can't force people to go online to look at the budget and see the losses and the gains that we have.
I'm not talking about showing budget numbers. I'm saying develop a scenario. We make this a pilot or we don't. We make these 5 buildings pilots or we don't. We have a scenario about how many kids are going to come in through fair share housing.
Well, that we
Put
do
all
that.
those numbers
Okay,
together.
so I have to
One
stop this, guys. There's no more
Yeah.
back and forth at
Okay,
this
I'm
point.
sorry
And I
about that.
apologize, but I have to stop this because we have to continue. Sorry, Ken. We do have your resolution on though, so that makes up for it.
That's a good resolution.
Okay. All right. Seeing no one else, okay, I'd like to entertain a motion to close the public session.
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Ms. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez,
Yes.
Mr. McGrath,
Yes.
Mr. Musella, Mr. Neglia, Mr. Karifi. Okay. Consent agenda. Be it resolved, all items listed with an asterisk are considered routine and non-controversial by the Township Council will be approved by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. May I please have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Motion.
I heard that. Okay, Mr. Neglia, we need a motion by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Ms. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving along to the approval of minutes. We're going to be approving the minutes for the agenda meeting of 10/7/2025 and the minutes of the regular meeting 10/21/2025. May I please have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Ms. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving along to presentations and reports. Mayor?
Just a real simple one. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Enjoy your time with your family and your friends, because those are the most important things in our lives. The people that keep us safe and all that, and then our families. And also, Bob, happy Thanksgiving to you as well.
Thank you, Mayor.
I want to say this. You think I'm mad? I'm not mad at you. I appreciate the dialogue. I appreciate the dialogue. Although we don't agree on it, I respect your opinion, and I hope you respect mine. That's all. And happy Thanksgiving to your wife as well.
Township Council? Okay, nothing from Township Council. Township Attorney?
No report.
Okay, Business Administrator?
Thanks, Council President. Thank you, Council and Mayor. Just first, I want to say congratulations to all those that ran on Election Day and to the winners. You know, the outcome showed an amazing turnout, and that's thankful to all the people coming out, which is, you know, good to see people doing their part. The democratic process, right? So I also want to just highlight one or two things on the agenda. One of them being the resolution that Ken Dulski talked about at the last meeting that you folks are going to consider. And thank you for considering this. It is a resolution that speaks out against Trenton's desire to allow religious organizations to put up housing, affordable housing on their properties. It would really be detrimental to everything that any town is trying to do, from a tax standpoint, from, you know, it just wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm glad that it was brought to our attention by Mr. Dulski, and I'm glad that the council is considering this. There's a few other items on the agenda. I hope you get a chance to take a look at it. Wanted to say thank you and congratulations to our Director of Human Services, Michelle Pacone, who after over 20 years of service is retiring. She did a great job for our seniors and those in need, and kept us, all of us, healthy, and she really is appreciated. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully you get a chance to spend it with your families. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Crine. I don't have a report. Moving along to ordinances first reading. Ordinance 2025-26, bond ordinance amending bond ordinance number 2025-19, finally adopted by the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills in the County of Morris, State of New Jersey on October 21st, 2025, to amend the description of the improvements referred to in Section 6A2 therein. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills held on November 25th, 2025, and that said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on December 16th, 2025, at 7 p.m. prevailing time or soon thereafter, as the matter may be reached at the municipal building in said township, at which time all persons interested shall be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with the notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. Could I please have a motion to approve the above resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Ms. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Ordinance 2025-27, ordinance of the Township Council of Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, County of Morris, State of New Jersey, establishing 2025 salary ranges. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of Township Parsippany-Troy Hills held on November 25th, 2025, and that said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on December 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached at the municipal building in said township, at which time all persons interested shall be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with a notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. May I please have a motion to approve the above resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Ordinance 2025-28, or an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, Morris County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 329, Section 17, sewer rental fees of the Code of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills held on November 25th, 2025, and that said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on December 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached at the municipal building in said township, in which time all persons interested shall be given an opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with a notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. May I please have a motion to approve the above resolution?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia. Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Ordinance 2025-29. An ordinance of the Township of the Council, an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, Morris County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Chapter 420 Water to increase water rates and charges. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills held on November 25th, 2025, and that said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on December 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached at the municipal building in said township, in which time all persons interested shall be given the opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with a notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. May I please have a motion to approve the resolution above? We doing a motion here?
Yeah, there's a motion. Motion.
Thank you. Motion made by Ms. Hernandez,
Yes.
seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Ordinance 2025-30. An ordinance of the Township Council of the Township, well, no, that's totally wrong. An ordinance of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills, Morris County, New Jersey, amending Chapter 119, Cannabis of the Code of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills. Be it resolved that the above ordinance be introduced, read by title, and passed on first reading at a meeting of the Township Council of the Township Parsippany-Troy Hills held on November 25th, 2025, and that said ordinance be further considered for second reading and final passage at a meeting to be held on December 16th, 2025 at 7 p.m. prevailing time or soon thereafter as the matter may be reached at the municipal building in said township, at which time all persons interested shall be given the opportunity to be heard concerning said ordinance. Be it further resolved that the clerk be authorized and directed to advertise said ordinance with a notice of introduction thereof being published in the official newspaper according to law. Motion to approve the above resolution, please.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. Moving along to the non-consent agenda, R 2025-196, authorizing the adoption of the 2020 Morris County, New Jersey Hazard Mitigation Plan Update. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-197, supporting Troy Hills Club LLC's application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission for a Class 5 recreational dispensary license. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Ms. Hernandez. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-198, authorizing a contract for the roof application repairs at the Knoll Indoor Tennis Club. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Musella. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-199, authorizing award of a contract for the Lake Hiawatha Pump Station Upgrade Project. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia. Wait, who seconded that motion? I apologize. Was it Mr. Hernandez? Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia? And Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-200, supporting Fresh Dispensaries LLC's application to the Cannabis Regulatory Commission for a Class 5 recreational license, dispensary license. Motion to approve the resolution above.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
Yes.
Motion passes. R 2025-201, opposing S 4736 and similar legislation. That's you. Okay. Motion to approve the above resolution.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Hernandez, seconded by Mr. Neglia. Roll call. Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath.
Yes.
Mr. Musella.
Yes.
Mr. Neglia.
Yes.
Mr. Karifi.
An overwhelming yes.
Motion passes. Moving along to the approval of payroll and bills list. CFO Angelica Sabatini recommends authorization for payment. Number one, authorizes payment of the December 2nd, 2025 regular miscellaneous payroll estimated at $1,650,000. And number two, payment of bills from voucher list of 12/2/25, which is $963,530.78. Motion to approve the authorization for payment above.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Neglia, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez.
Yes.
Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. Motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion.
You want to stay here all night?
Let's stay all night.
You don't have.
I get paid either way, no problem.
All right, well, thanks.
All right, can we get a second for the public?
Second.
Second.
All right. Second by Mr. Hernandez. Roll call, Mr. Hernandez. Mr. McGrath?
Yes.
Mr. Musella?
Yes.
Mr. Neglia?
Yes.
And Mr. Karifi?
Yes.
Motion passes. We're adjourned. Have a great night, everybody.
Happy
Everyone,
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to you all.
Happy Thanksgiving.